Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. We present this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8, and it's recorded and put on our website, kauaidharma.org. We present these classes so that people can understand the two natures of their mind and how to deal with the nature of the drama mind, we call the relative mind, and how to transform it into the wisdom nature, we call the natural mind. Tonight I'm going to recommend for the second part, which we call Maha Mudra or Dzogchen, that serious meditators get this book on vivid awareness by Lama Gangchar Rinpoche, and the foreword is by Changu Rinpoche. And I've been reading through this book and using it for practice for months. It's very, very update and well explained. The other book is this book on perfect clarity, which I've been reading from on the classes for the last year. And both of these are available through either your local Dharma center or we get them through
Amazon.
Huh?
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon, yeah. To give you an example of the nature of mind, which 7 billion humans don't know, only a few thousand have taken the time to meditate and purify their karma and transform the mind from the drama mind or relative state into the ultimate state of truth. I'm going to read my hero Milarepa's take on this. Milarepa was a yogi, never a householder, never a monk, and he practiced for 13 years with his teacher Marpa, and then Marpa sent him into the mountains to perfect his teachings, perfect his mind. It goes like this. Homage to all sacred masters. When we talk about the characteristics of Maha Mudra, Dzogchen, and so forth, as illuminating wisdom, we talk about 3 sections. The ground of Maha Mudra, the path of Maha Mudra, and the fruition of Maha Mudra. When we take the ground Maha Mudra, we know it to be the essential nature of everything. The mind of the Buddhas, the mind essence of sentient beings, and so forth. It does not exist as something that has color or shape, a center or edge. It is free from limitations and partiality and knows neither existence nor non-existence. It is neither confused nor liberated. It is not created by causes and not changed by conditions. It's neither altered by the wisdom of the Buddhas nor spoiled by the obscurations of sentient beings. It is neither improved by realization or worsened by confusion. The path Maha Mudra is that which we practice within the ground Maha Mudra as follows. When meditating, we settle in the mind's essence without conceptualizing. While remaining in that state, we remain without distraction. When practicing, we practice without fixation. When manifesting, we just let it manifest as Dharma Dhatu, the void nature of everything, as light and space. When freed, the practice is simply the result of natural freedom. Beyond concepts, the fruition Maha Mudra is free from something that liberates. Is free from any hope or fear. It is the exhaustion of concepts or thinking and phenomena. It is not non-fixation, non-grasping. It is free from utterance and description. It is thus beyond concept. And this is why it is a state of non-fixation, non-grasping, and beyond concept. The ground, the path, and the fruitions are to be practiced as one thing. Short and sweet. So that means when you settle into the clear nature of the essence of your own mind, it's a state of perfect relaxation. And the summary of this will use the practice tonight of Manjushri to understand not only what Milarepa just said, but also understand how to use it. Not just in formal meditation practice, as the mother of perfect wisdom, Prajnaparamita says, but to blend it as a state of presence with everything that you do. And that's what bodhisattvas accomplish. And I might add, slow and easy does it. So these two are for the second stage of all deity yoga called Maha Mudra. Perfect clarity and vivid wisdom.
Vivid awareness.
Vivid awareness, same thing. Now, we take refuge. The formality of taking refuge is based on one motivation. That in order to attain a state of vivid awareness, perfect wisdom, we call enlightenment for ourselves, we must include all sentient beings as our mothers. So we now all together take refuge and when possible offer prostration. In taking refuge, we go for refuge to all the glorious Holy Lama. We go for refuge to all the idams who are the deities gathered in our mandala practice. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha, Lama, and Gurus. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these six possess the eye of transcending awareness. And then we enter the Bodhisattva training school called Bodhicitta, practicing 6 disciplines: generosity, morality, patience, perseverance, meditative concentration, and the development of perfect insight. The Bodhisattva prayer called Bodhicitta goes like this. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 perfections of Bodhisattva discipline, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. The altruistic motivation is chanted in Sanskrit, the refuge chanted in Sanskrit, and the refuge of bodhicitta also The purpose is not only to transmit the Dharma with that Sanskrit language to all the cultures of the planet, but also to communicate it to the spirits, which inhabit our body, the world around us, and the entire universe. So I'll do these three in Sanskrit. The first, the altruistic motivation. Tadang Jova Namke Tadang Yampe Semchem Tamche Dudine Junte Jisi Changchu Ningpo Lachi Pi Mardu. In the sixth refuge prayer. Alden Lama Dampa Namla Chapsu Chio Yidam Chokor Ki Latso Namla Chapsu Chio Sanjay Chong Dende Namla Chapsu Chio Dampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chio Pape Gendu Namla Chapsu Chio Pavo Gandro Chokyung Sumesho Nisheki Shendon Dempa Namla Japsu Chio. Then Bodhicitta. Sanjay Chodon Choki Chodon La Jangju Bardu Dagni Japsu Chi. Dagi Jinso Jipe Sonam Ki Drola Penjer Sanjay Drupar Sho. Those two, the Bodhisattva Prayer and the Refuge Prayer, are chanted in English or Sanskrit 3 times before each formal session. And the theme of the altruistic motivation permeates all of the Sutra, Tantra, and teachings on voidness in the Tibetan shamanistic tradition of Buddhism. Now we meditate. In meditation, there are actually 2 formal aspects of all these methods of mind training. Meditation is single-pointedly keeping the mind in the present moment while using the imagination to visualize deities, mantras, seed syllables, sounds, appearances, and so forth of these methods, so that the mind accepts the fact that everything is an illusion or illusory. All of the appearances of the phenomenal world, including your own body, are simply the nature of light energy in space. The second aspect of this is that light energy is your natural essence of not only the body and the world around you, but the essence of intelligence, the higher states of awareness that we accomplish through generating the deities, mandalas, and disappearing them into a state of voidness. Those 2, the first one, all the deities, their mantra recitation, everything, accomplishes purification of all the negative tendencies of your past life, of which there's no beginning. So countless past lives, all those tendencies follow you like a shadow to this life. So when doing these practices, no matter which one, you should know that the more you do that, the more you purify all that karma. And then in the second stage of practice, the Maha Mudra stage, the state of perfect wisdom accomplishment, you should know that by reaching that state of realization, giving up attachment, and any sense of reaction to thoughts or bodily sensations or the world around you is the accomplishment. And by that, you reach Buddhahood and purify all future karma. So with that, we'll start the practice. Sit with your back straight, hands in a comfortable position, either in the lap or on the knees. Head slightly tilted forward, eyes slightly open, stare to the space in front, about 2 feet. Mouth closed, tongue resting against the palate. And bring your awareness, your focus, to your breath. To start with, simply breathe gently, if you can, through your nose. And notice the diaphragm expanding with the inhale and contracting with the exhale. Then we start the 3 lights meditation practice. And we focus on the breath using the imagination to visualize that the air we are inhaling fills our lungs with white light. The energy of the 5 elements in the air passes through every cell in our body with the absorption, our middle breath, and we visualize that energy transfer as red light. Then we bring both those codes together and exhale blue light as a powerful healing breath to all sentient beings throughout space. This 3 lights prana yoga practice can be done anytime, any place, and taught to any level, age group of human. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. Absorption breath, red light passing through every cell in your body. Both together out the nose as blue light to space, like the sky. Count 21 of these 3 light breaths. When you reach the 21st breath, then take your focus off the breath. Gather the three lights, white, red, and blue, into a tiny point of light and center it in the middle of your chest, in the central channel of your life force, creating a bindu or chakra, an energy center of clear light. Focusing on that point, realize that this connects to all the energy of light throughout our phenomenal world of boundless space. Relax and be present for a few moments. No meditation. Simply contemplate space. Contemplation is another word for awareness. Then from that state of spatial awareness, again, meditate on the particle in your heart center of your heart chakra. And visualize it to grow into one of the symbols of the 5 elements healing practice. Tonight we're going to pick the earth element, which is a yellow or gold 6-sided cube. To invent that in your heart chakra, simply expand that tiny point of white light until it creates a small sphere of clear light. Then expand that sphere, and as it grows, it develops into the 6-sided yellow cube labeled Earth, about the size of your thumbnail in your heart chakra. Why the heart chakra? Because it is the holder of the basis of all of our practice of loving kindness and concern for the well-being of every sentient being and the environment around it. Focusing on that small sphere of clear light, going into the 6-sided cube, yellow or gold color, labeled Earth. Keep it about the size of your thumbnail. Then to start the practice, bring it out in front of your chest and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. Then visualize it to grow into a large room size and see your physical body just as you are sitting inside. receiving the energy of all the five elements that create everything in our phenomenal world, but are used in this practice for healing and emphasizing tonight the earth element. Receiving the healing energy of the elements with this visualization of your physical body inside, then share the energy with beings in the surrounding world, understanding that there is no such thing as separation between infinite sentient beings and oneself. Expand the sphere in size to completely enclose a large area of where you're doing this practice, about 50 miles in diameter. Here on Kauai, we enclose Kauai Island and surrounding ocean inside the yellow cube. The next step is to visualize this symbol expanding to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. Then expand it in size to completely enclose our solar system. Then expand it in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. And then again, move beyond your conceptual mind's limitations and merge it with boundless space. And relax into that dimension by contemplating space and staying in the present moment. We know space to be timeless. So contemplating space, we initiate ourselves to that timeless state of being. Then return from this non-conceptual state to again invent the six-sided cube enclosing the galaxy. Reduce it in size to just enclosing the solar system. Smaller and smaller to just enclosing Mother Earth. And smaller yet to a large area of your neighborhood where you are doing this practice. Then reduce it in size to just your physical body sitting inside. This large six-sided cube, receiving the full life force of the energy of the world around it into your form. Using your own mind as the projector. To end the practice, bring this symbol of the earth element to in front of your eyes. Lower to chest level and bring it into your heart chakra. Shrink it slowly and deliberately until it forms a tiny point of light similar to an atom in your heart chakra. And relax as it dissipates or blends with the boundless light of infinite space. To end the practice, bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it through your area of practice. Share it. And dedicate the merit to all sentient beings of this 5 elements and 3 lights healing practice. The virtue of it to all beings, your mother. Now, some people ask, how does this affect healing? The simplicity is the psychic energy of your own mind. All beings, all human beings possess it. And when creating these healing modalities, whether they be used symptomatically or to treat the cause of disease, illness, pain and suffering, hope and fear, and all of that, it works. How is this possible is the simplicity of the illusion of the life energy of everything around you. And once you accept that illusory state, then all illusory manifestations you create with your imagination are appropriate for healing. And that's the whole process of the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, as received from Shakyamuni Buddha 2,600 years ago, practiced by the Maha cities of India and then perfected or mapping the mind from the 6th or 7th century down to the present day in such a way that it's useful to whoever can accept this on the planet today. Now, most of the basic practices are what we call the path of the Hinayana, similar to Hinduism, which is, in a word, worldly, but useful. And then adopting the Mahayana is the motivation that from now on, everything we do is for everybody else, understanding this state of no separation. And it is generated by the Buddha over my right shoulder. Aksobhaya Buddha. Hand gesture, right hand on the right knee, touching, earth touching gesture, left hand resting in meditation posture in the left. Everything you do with the left hand is for the sentient beings here in our world, on this planet. So that is a Buddha field. That's an energy field. And it's called mirror-like awareness, which simply means the more you indulge in the sutra and tantric practices, the more the mind is elevated out of the mundane way of thinking and evolves into higher states of intelligence. And again, in a word, awareness. Now, all human beings have awareness. But of what? Of worldly existence, of drama, of the mind thinking, judging, and habitually reacting to those two functions of the mind. Drama. So the drama mind being in place has another function of awareness based on truth. So the drama world is true. It exists. But relatively, and in that nature of the drama world is this voidness, this aspect of illusoriness. But because of our distortion, because of the way we react, judge, and think, we're distorting what we sense and what we think about, including what we imagine. And so we come up with all kinds of illusory drama, fictional. So with the sutra and tantric practice, we gently move with that awareness inside with the guidance of the Lama to produce ultimate truth, relative truth, ultimate truth. Same awareness. It's just that growing, developing, and evolving. The evolutionary process that never ceases is now applied to the ultimate truth stage of your own mind or consciousness. So tonight we're going to do what is very helpful to understand that and how to use it. So that this nature of awareness has the function of higher intelligence, but also the function of knowledge. What do you do with that? How do you accomplish what's useful, appropriate, and beneficial in this time, on this planet? So sit with your back straight. Same as before. Hands in a comfortable position. Head slightly tilted, eyes open, mouth closed. Bring your focus to your breath. And again imagine that the elements of the air all enter into your lungs as white light. Then imagine the energy of the elements moving through every cell in your body for sustenance, support, as red light, flashing in a moment through every aspect of your being. Then bring these two together, the white and the red, and exhale blue light out your nose. And when you inhale the white light into your lungs, hear the sound Om. When the red light energy flashes through your body, hear the sound Ah. And these two vibrations together with the blue light out your nose, you hear the infinite healing sound of Hum. Now these three vibrations are three Buddha fields of absolute truth. The Om is the energy of the universe's, we say clear light, Ursel in Tibetan. The Ah is the vibration of that taking place, for instance, in your body or the environment around you. Ah. Then the Om and the Ha come together to produce the Hum, a powerful healing breath expressed by the exhale and the sound of your voice through boundless space. Hum. And to get used to these vibrations, I was taught to chant them. Om Maha. Om Maha. Om. Om. Maha. Om. And to start the Manjushri practice, imagine receiving the empowerment called a wong, which is like a permission or an initiation to not only do the practice, but accomplish the practice in such a way that higher states of awareness or intelligence are the result. So visualize this Lama as all the Lamas of the Tibetan tradition, of all the lineages, from the time of Shakyamuni Buddha down to the present day. As your root Lama, whoever he or she is, including this one, Lama Tashi. And from the Lama's forehead, white light enters your forehead with the sound Om. In this case, to be the rainbow body of the Lama's mind inseparable, Manjushri. Then red light from the Lama's throat to your throat is the initiation or empowerment that all the internal energies, nadis, and so forth, produce more powerful speech in giving advice or making wishes called prayer or chanting mantra. Then blue light from the Lamas, that was with the sound ah, and then blue light with the sound hum from the Lamas. Heart chakra to your heart chakra is the wisdom empowerment. And as a result, you gradually move into higher states of awareness or intelligence. The fourth empowerment is simply visualize the Lama merges into you like water into water. This is the union of all three, body, speech, and mind of the teacher, blending with yours like water into water, is so you know what is appropriate and what is not. What is beneficial and what is harmful. And how to delete the harmful tendencies and pervading the mind and our activity. And adopt a more powerful, appropriate intelligence, means of being. Then you see the three lights in your three places, the white Om in your head, moving down the central channel, merging with the red Ah sphere in your throat. These two spheres merge together, move downward into the blue Hum in your heart chakra. And then with the empowerment of union, these three change into the sound of the deity, creation, seed syllable D, D-H-I, D, the sound of light, the vibration of light. In any form or intensity. Then light goes out from the D in every direction and invites the wisdom nature of all lamas and yidams, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, to enter into your situation as Manjushri. You become this rainbow body application in place of your ordinary body. Sword raised in the sky, left hand holding the Heart Sutra on the lotus by the left ear. Dressed in the robes of a lama in silks and jewels. 5-jewel crown is the 5 connection to the 5 dhyana Buddhas and all the yidams of the Tibetan tradition. Sitting on a lotus sun and moon disk is the symbol of manifesting in the human condition. Why? Because only humans can do this. Then you project yourself as the rainbow body of Manjushri to your mother who created you, sitting in front life-size as a mirror image of your own rainbow body. Then you two together project to all relatives, friends, lovers, associates, pets, everybody that supports you and everybody that hates you. All the beings who have karma with this life. Then you project it to the 7 billion humans inhabiting the planet today. Manjushri. Then project it to all the animals in the ocean and on the land, infinite in number. Then project the deity to infinite spirits filling boundless space. Everywhere in space, they exist. This causes the heart mantra to appear around the seed syllable D. Red or dark blue in color and a white background, surrounded by 5-colored light. Small, about the size of your thumb in your heart chakra. And this manifests as the pure land of Manjushri. Then with you and all sentient beings projected as Manjushri, the mantra of compassion, power, and insight rotates around this D clockwise with the letters facing outward as you sound the mantra. Om, Ah, Ra, Pa, Sa, Na, Di, So, Ha. Om Arapansanadi Soha. Om Arapansanadi Soha. Om pa sa na di so ha. I'm drinking the mantra. Om Arapatanadi Soha. 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 Pansanadi Soha. Om Arapatanadi 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 Soha. When sounding the mantra, visualize the mantra syllables, 10 in number, circle the D and move clockwise with the vibration of your voice. This is the action of the deity, putting compassion, power, and insight based on loving kindness into this worldly situation in present time, to not only move your own mind into higher states of awareness or intelligence, but also to circle the planet to alleviate the pain and suffering of sentient beings, humans, animals, spirits, that from the center of this earth outward, including your body, are everywhere, in and around you. But now, they join you as the deity Manjushri, so that the all-pervasive nature of your mind, called the Dharmakaya, is activated with the practice. Om Arapatanadi Soha. 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 Om Arapatanadi Nadi Soha, Om Arapatsa 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 Nadi Soha. Then from the mantra, circling the D, including the D, blazing luminosity flows through thousands of channels of light called nadis, all through your rainbow body as the deity. And as this takes place, the healing energy explodes into the world around you. Om Arapatsa Nadi Soha, Om Arapatsa Nadi Soha, Om Arapatsa Nadi Soha, Om Nadi Soha, Om Arapatsa 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 Nadi Soha. In silence, the mandala Manjushri grows with the increasing, always increasing number of sentient beings. And with this increase in number of sentient beings, the manifestation of the deity's rainbow body, seed syllable, and mantra vibration also increasing. And that's the Soha, the last two syllables of the mantra. The Om is the energy of the light of space, how it manifests beginninglessly and endlessly with no middle. And the essence of the vibration of the rainbow body of the deity and the deity's mantra, Ra, Pa, Sa, those letters are the evolving into higher states of goodness and appropriate qualities that are suitable for you and all other beings. And of course, the environment of the world around it. Nadi is the rays of light emanating in every direction from your body, and 84,000 Dharma channels circulating through your human form. Not only as the deity, but in your actual body. And the D is the vibration of awareness itself, luminosity, as it presents itself with the complete state of openness to the vastness of the Dharmakaya, all pervasive. With complete clarity without distraction, that everything, this is its nature. Thoughts, sensations, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And the nakedness of not having to add anything or take anything away. When you use this energy program in both its creation stage and its development stage of Maha. Knowledge arises whenever it's necessary, how to use it. Intuitive awareness develops. And you, as a sentient being in the human condition, can learn to relax. Into this manifesting true nature of enlightenment or Buddhahood. Then we shorten the mantra to Om Ara Patsa Na Di and change the visualization of the sword of Manjushri standing upright in your heart center with a D on the blade. And then the other syllables of the mantra, 6 syllables, Ara Patsa Na, circle with the blades and the Vajra handles laying horizontal and the handle tip Bajra handles all touching, supporting the D. And their purpose is to send this light to the 6 realms of migrating sentient beings, to the 4 spirit worlds, and to wherever animals and humans take birth on planet. Those 6. And imagine all of those as fully developed Bodhisattva, which is what Manjushri symbolized. Om Ara Patsa Nadi, 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 Om Ara Patsa Nadi. The upright sword with the D is aimed at the sky. And this takes you to the Dharmakaya nature of sky-like awareness and higher states of intelligence with no goal, no ceiling, no hope, no fear, none of that. Om Ara Patsa Nadi, 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 Om Ara Patsa Nadi. In this way, the foundation, the practice, and the realization are the same, all one thing. The fruition stage is the D. So we contract all the infinite light of sentient beings, and all of these sentient beings filling space as our mandala. And all together you focus on the seed syllable D in the center of your heart chakra, circled with 5 colored sphere of light. And when you sound the D, you flash that like a supernova outward. Through infinite space. And as you do this, you sound the D with each flash. Focus on the D, red in color, 3-dimensional. D, 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 D. D D D D D D D D D D D D.
When settling in the state of the accomplishment phase of these tantric practices, Khenpo Trenggu Rinpoche and Khenpo Gangsha recommend simply that you be open to the infinite expanse of the Dharmakaya. Clear of emotional constructs or thinking, judgment, and reaction to physical sensation. And naked in this part of the practice with nothing to add or to take away. In this moment of vivid awareness, simply relax. And that's the vibration of the D in this practice of Manjushri. Use it skillfully in your relationships and worldly activity, as well as your spiritual development. It connects you to Chenrezig and Vajrapani, the compassion, power, and insight practices of all the deities of Tibetan Buddhism. And all of the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. Whatever yidam practice you do, knowledge and insight are a part of the practice. Now I'd like to present the long life practice of the Buddha that sits above Manjushri's head, Amitabha. And in the heart of that mantra is the seed syllable Hri, the union of infinite light with boundless compassion
and insight. And so visualize the Buddha above your head, red in color, the D in the heart's S, dressed in the robes of the Lama, sitting on a lotus sun and moon seat, holding a begging bowl with two hands right on top of left thumbs touching. Then in front of you, visualize standing a blue dakini, holding a vase like this Buddha, called a bumpa in Tibetan, which is the essence of the mind of the deity. Blue in color. And to your right, in the southern direction, is a gold dakini, holding a vase. And behind you is a red dakini, holding a vase. And to your left is a green dakini, holding a vase. Then as you sound the mantra, Om Amitabha Diva Shri, the elixir of wisdom overflows into their vases. And as you say this mantra, from their vases, it flows into the top of your head, down the Uma channel, and fills your body with the wisdom light of highest awareness, highest intelligence. So visualize like that as you sound this mantra. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. 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 And your body becomes the wisdom base for all sentient beings. Whatever deity, whatever Buddha symbol, whatever Lama, teacher, all as one. And from the D appearing in your heart center, your heart overflows with loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight, and goes out to the 6 realms of sentient beings. Your children. Om Mara Patsa Nadi So. 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 Then focusing again on the Buddha above your head. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. This is a long life practice that goes with the deity yogas of the Tibetan tradition. Chenrezig, Manjushri, Tara, all have this practice built into their tradition of practice. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. Om Amitabha Devahi. 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 And all of the Dakinis disappear into Amitabha. Amitabha moves into you, into your heart center. All the infinite deities and sentient beings from every direction dissolve into you. You as the deity Manjushri into the 3 and D in your heart center. And that contracts to a tiny particle and merges with the boundless light of space. No meditation. Relax. In voidness. Open. Clear. Naked. In this moment of vivid awareness. It is said that all the learned and accomplished masters of India and Tibet had the same realization. And there's not a single master, man or woman, who claims that the realization of the main part of the practice is anything other than non-attachment or non-fixation. That meaning you should understand yourself as the main point of any of your practice that you should do, and you should point this out to others. There have been many traditions, but the meaning they all taught was exactly the same. Whether you look at the words of the Buddha, the commentaries, the treatises written by the great scholars, the meaning of the great meditators and what they meditated upon, and the teachings of all of the four lineages, the Geglupa, the Sakya, the Kagyu, and the Nyingma schools, all of them teach just this lack of fixation and understand and realize the nature of the mind. None of them teach anything different than this. The teachings of all Indian and Tibetan scholars and Maha cities all come to this one point. The actual practice of these lineages is just this. What we actually practice is the foundation of meditation, is simply the essence of samadhi. And samadhi is a state of non-fixation, which simply means resting in equipoise within the mind the way it is and not altering it in any way. Om Ara Pate Nadi Soha, Om Ara Pate Nadi Soha, Om Ara Pate Nadi Soha, Om Ara Pate, Om Ara Pate Nadi Soha, Om Ara Pate Nadi Soha. And we finish tonight with dedication prayers. That everything we do will bring all beings to the state of Maha, Mudra, enlightenment, and Buddhahood in one lifetime. These prayers that I'm reading were submitted by my Guru Lama Kala Rinpoche. And this first one is called a dedication prayer. It says, in this way of practice, by the power of virtuous action, and the love and kindness of my parents to me, the teachings of Bodhisattva by my lamas, and my commitment to all my Vajra sisters and brothers, including the connection between myself and all men and women, possessions, and even those of beasts of burden from which I take milk and yogurt to drink, and the animals whose flesh and blood I eat, to all of these without leaving one behind, may they quickly reach the sublime and perfect state of Buddhahood. And this next prayer is called 8 Thoughts of the Great Bodhisattva. By the power of the truth of the great compassion of the excellent objects of refuge, and power of the merit of pure altruism, may I completely remove every misery of all living beings who fill the sky. By the perfect virtues of this world and of nirvana, may the hopes and desires of all beings be fulfilled according to their appropriate wishes. May my own body, flesh, blood, skin, and so forth appropriately benefit all beings. May the misery of all my old mothers, all living beings, come upon me. May all my happiness and virtue be realized by them. For as long as I remain in the world, there never arise for even an instant the thought of harming others or the environment. For the sake of living beings, I energetically assert myself, not slacking for even an instant, through discouragement, weariness, or other causes. May I gain the ability to effortlessly bestow whatever is desired by beings who are poor, hungry, or thirsty. May I take upon myself the great burdens of beings who suffer the unbearable torments of hells and other miserable realms. May all these beings attain liberation right now, in this place, today. And this one is called the oral seal. May the Buddhas, Lords of Dharma, who possess the three kayas, the 10 wisdoms, all the gurus, yidams, dakinis, dharma protectors, and others, all witness with kindness this dedication of merit. And this and other lives by all my meritorious deeds of body, speech, and mind are simply for the sake of benefiting all living beings. May the emotional defilements become transformed into occasions for spiritual progress. May the appearances arising before my mind come under my control. For my own sake, may I attain the Dharmakaya. As long as samsara is not emptied, may I achieve a great wave of good deeds for the sake of others. May I achieve this by the means of the two form kayas, with vast enlightened activities for all sentient beings, and having trained each and every one of them according to his or her own needs. May those beings to be trained live in appropriate times for their spiritual growth. May I be skilled in this means with regard to arranging auspicious circumstances. May all my connections with beings be meaningful. May the ocean of samsara become empty. May all attain the clear light of the Dharmakaya. May I accomplish this dedication of merit just as the Buddhas of the past, present, and future have dedicated merit. Until the attainment of Buddhahood, may I be born in good families, free from illness, possess clear faculties, and conduct myself with morality and introspection. May I be respected by all. May I fulfill all hopes and wishes. As long as I have not manifested enlightenment, may all harm from disease, evil spirits, harmful forces, humans, wild animals, demons, and the four elements become completely pacified. May my life and merit increase. May my glory and wealth become vast. Then my renown as a Lama fill the sky. May all my activities of body, speech, and mind become beneficial for sentient beings. And may this ocean of samsara become immediately empty. May I attain perfect enlightenment right now, in this place, today. Kewadi Nudu Dog, Shaga Champo Jugirne, Roa Chinking Malupa, De Sala Gopar Show, Sanjay Kursa Ned by Jim Wadon, Choni Maker Ned by Jim Wadon, Gender Miche Dun by Jim Laki, Jitar Goma Manju Par Show. By this virtue of having realized Maha Mudra, I quickly establish all beings without exception in that state. By the blessing of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha, SS, being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. May all the Lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled. May all beings be happy, free of pain and suffering, established in bliss through our practice and equanimity. Duchi Che, thank you, mahalo, and mahalo. Aloha nui loha. And sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams for you.
Thank you. Thank